A first alert now. Protect yourself from one of nature's most dangerous and underestimated threats. We're talking about lightning. It's unpredictable and dangerous. Aisha at the First Alert Safety Desk, and experts say it's especially important to be careful this time of year.
Exactly, Tammy. Lightning does peak in June, July, and August every year on this National Lightning Safety Awareness Week. Safety experts like Wisconsin Emergency Management, Ready Wisconsin, alongside National Weather Service say lightning-related injuries and deaths are preventable when you know the risks and how to take action during storms. Since 2006, there have been 528 people killed by lightning in the U.S., according to the National Lightning Safety Council. Wisconsin has had 12 reported deaths since 2006, including one person who was killed during those April storms we just had, and that was in southeastern Wisconsin, where that person died. Last year, a man from Kewaskum was struck and killed by lightning. National Weather Service says lightning is hotter than the surface of the sun and can reach temperatures around 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Remember, during a thunderstorm, the safest place to seek shelter is inside a sturdy, enclosed structure like a house. Picnic shelters, dugouts, tents, open garages, and covered patios do not give you safe protection from a lightning strike. Get out of open areas and stay away from bodies of water such as lakes or rivers. Never take cover under a tree. And if you're inside a vehicle, avoid touching metal surfaces. NWS says remember the 30-30 rule. If the time between seeing lightning and hearing thunder is 30 seconds or less, seek shelter immediately. After that last clap of thunder, wait at least 30 minutes before going back outside, guys.